Weather, of course, getting warmer. You know, we're looking ahead to that,
Yeah,
right?
we're
But that does
getting
mean, yeah, we're getting there. That does mean we're about to start thinking about outdoor activities for your kids. And one program right here locally, First Tee West Michigan, is teaching life skills to young children through the game of golf. And joining us now is Kenna Durian, the marketing coordinator for First Tee West Michigan. Kenna, good morning to you. This is so interesting to me because you can learn all sorts of different skills through sports, right?
Yes.
Golf, of course, no exception to that. So what is the program? Tell us all about it. What can kids expect?
Yeah, so First Tee, we're a youth development organization, and we teach life lessons to kids through the game of golf. So our chapter here in West Michigan serves kids ages 7 to 17 in Holland, Grand Rapids, Muskegon, and Kalamazoo. And we have sessions throughout the year, summer, spring, fall, and then some winter programming too. Our classes are 6 weeks. And kids will come for an hour and a half each week and learn all about golf, but also all the life lessons that come from the game as well.
Yeah, I need to start to learn. My dad always says I need to start getting into golf because it's a game you can really play for your entire life.
Yes.
So yeah, he always says I need to jump into that. But starting them early, it's got to be cool.
Yeah, there's so much technique that goes into it, so much patience too. I've tried.
Patience is my thing.
Yeah.
That's where it gets me.
Yeah, how quickly do you see these kids kind of picking up on these skills of golf? I know that it can be kind of hard for adults to learn, at least it was my experience, but how quickly do you see them picking up?
Yeah, it depends on the kid, but a lot of them pick up on it pretty quick, and I think it's great to start them young. So our classes are based on age, so we have classes for kids 7 to 9, and then 10 to 11, a 12 plus, and then 14 plus. So kids can join us whether they've played a bunch before or brand new to the game, and they can kind of learn from each other, learn from their coaches and the volunteers. But we have kids of all skill level, which is great.
That's pretty cool that it's divvied up into different groups, like your younger kids, your older kids. That way, everyone's kind of learning at their own pace and different skill levels. So, of course, you got the golf skills. How does golf teach life skills? And I know that's a big portion of this program.
Yes, it is. That's our main focus. So we have 5 key commitments, and we really focus on lots of lessons like honesty and growing through challenge and pursuing goals and building a positive self-identity, things like that. So we start each class by talking about one of those key commitments, and then throughout the class we will tie in that lesson as we're teaching those golf skills. So on the driving range, what is your goal? How far do you want to try to hit it? Or what's your trying to just tie those things in throughout the entire class, and there's a lot that can be learned from that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what are these different age groups kind of focusing on, each of those different skills?
Yeah, so with the 7 to 9-year-olds, we kind of start a little bit more basic and kind of more the intro to golf, and then as we move up through the age groups, our 14 plus class is a little smaller and more focused in on lots of those more refined skills and all that, but we start basic and get more advanced as we go, but we still have kids at the 12 plus age that will join us for golf for the first time. So there's never a point where you can't join.
Yeah, do you ever have repeat kids, year after year, they keep coming back for classes, and what has their experience been like? Yeah,
we have a lot of kids that come back year after year, and we have lots of opportunities for them to play golf outside of classes. First Tee is a national organization, so there's some national opportunities where they can travel. So there's a lot of opportunities for kids that come back year after year and stay with us.
That's pretty cool. Can you talk about some of the different locations that you guys have? Because you guys are I was looking at your website earlier this morning. You guys are everywhere across West Michigan. So what are some of the main places that these kids can go and take up one of these lessons through you guys?
Yeah, so our West Michigan chapter is Grand Rapids, Holland, Muskegon, and Kalamazoo.
Okay.
And we're located at courses all over in all those areas. So we go to different courses to host our classes. A big one here in Grand Rapids is Indian Trails. We do the majority of our programming there, but we're at a ton of other courses as well. We have a lot of classes at Three Fires in Holland, and then Eastern Hills and Red Arrow in Kalamazoo, and a bunch in Muskegon as well. So you can really, anyone that's interested can find us at whatever course is closest or best for them.
Really kind of just, whatever works for you, it sounds like. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And having all these different age groups kind of coming in, being able to learn these skills at all these different locations, it seems like there's a lot of opportunity for people to get involved.
There is, yes. We're always looking for volunteers as well. So there's a ton of opportunities for people to get involved, whether it's someone that wants to sign up their kid, a parent that wants to volunteer with their kid's class, or someone who doesn't even know a kid in the class. We're always looking for volunteers, and people can learn more about that on our website. And the great thing is you don't have to know anything about golf to volunteer with us. We're just looking for people that are passionate about youth development, want to work with kids and help them grow. So a lot of our volunteers do know stuff about golf, but it's not a requirement at all, which is great.
Very cool. So are you still looking for volunteers for this spring session coming up?
Yeah, we're always looking. So for spring, summer, we still have lots of volunteer opportunities.
Okay.
So anyone interested can visit our website and find more information about it there.
All right, very cool. So let's talk about signups for the actual program. If I have a kid that wants to do it, are signups open for spring and summer right now? And if so, where can I go?
Yeah, our signups are open for both spring and summer. You can go to our website to sign up. Classes are $90 for each 6-week session, but we have a ton of scholarship opportunities for people experiencing financial hardship. So over 50% of our participants last year were on scholarship. So we're really focused on giving the opportunity to experience golf to people no matter their background, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Where does those scholarships kind of come from? How does that factor into the fee that you guys would have for the whole season?
Yeah, so you can, when you sign up on the website, you can either pick scholarship or full price, and then if it's scholarship, it covers the entire cost. So scholarship students will receive our programming for completely free.
Okay, very cool. Let's talk about, I'm curious about what these kids will take away from this. When they get into the program, what do you hope that they get out of this program?
Yeah, we hope that they're taking away those lessons. So they're going to learn golf and they're excited about that, but we hope that as we seamlessly integrate those lessons, that they'll secretly come away with more life lessons than they think. So learning how to pursue goals at school and at home and to grow through challenge and just to take away lessons that they can apply off the golf course as well as on the golf course.
I mean, it's really kind of a sport that they can carry with them through their entire lives. But not only that, I mean, the life lessons. I think that's, setting goals, that's something huge, especially, if you want to be successful too, So I think this is really, really cool program.
Yeah, that inclusion of life lessons, is that something that factored into why First Tee got started in the first place?
Yeah, that's kind of the goal of all the organizations around the nation. So we all have the same mission. Each chapter functions a little bit differently, and we're a pretty large chapter here in West Michigan. But that's the goal behind First Tee, is to teach those life lessons and really to provide the opportunity to golf to kids that might not otherwise get the opportunity. So we really just want everyone to have the opportunity to get exposed and learn from the game.
All right. Well, we appreciate it. Where can people find more information about First Tee?
All information is on our website about signing up participants, volunteering, donors, all that kind of stuff can be found on our website.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And of course, we'll make sure all of that is put on our website, 13onyourside.com as well. Kenna, we appreciate your time this morning. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be back after a short break.